Zane, did you know that recently the Surgeon General is asking to have warning labels of alcohol can cause cancer added to all alcoholic beverages?
Because of that, today we're going to deep dive into some details about whiskey, the Surgeon General's warning, whether or not
Does cancer be caused by whiskey? And we're going to do this when?
Well, right after this.
Don't come round and waste my time. A generation of my time. There is nothing we can do. Stop this plague from breaking through.
Welcome to Whiskey Pop. My name's Jeff.
And I'm sober, Zane.
We're doing something wrong then.
Well, with all the scare and hullabaloo,
You're afraid to drink
I'm
whiskey
clearly
now?
not going to drink whiskey anymore.
I don't know if you know, but we've already shot 2 episodes recently.
I was doing it for affect.
And I think you had like 2 glasses.
Yeah.
It's just in one episode alone.
Yeah, well, you know.
And then another one in another episode.
Yeah,
And then preparing for all these episodes, we drank a lot of whiskey.
That might not be true.
No, this is not whiskey, believe it or not. That
And
is
one
all
of these
true.
stories is a lie.
That was 2 weeks ago. Where are you going?
All I'm saying is, let's talk brass tacks.
Okay, but before we do that, we normally what?
We open up a cancer jug
and try
And
to
try
see if
it.
we can dodge the cancer gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are we trying today?
We're gonna try Will Horse 101 proof cigar blend bourbon whiskey, finished in sherry, port, and Armagnac cask.
Yes.
That's what she said.
You know what I'm getting out of this?
I don't know what.
I'm not going to tell you until next week.
When we do second pour.
That's right.
And we'll tell you all about Will Horse cigar blend and if we like it or not. In the meantime, Zane's gonna go ahead and drink some.
Alcohol consumption is the 3rd leading preventable cause of cancer in the U.S. after tobacco and obesity. That's according to the Surgeon General.
We turn now to the breaking news from the Surgeon General on cancer and alcohol.
A warning for drinkers from America's top doctor. On Friday, the U.S. Surgeon General called for new warning labels on alcoholic beverages that warn of a link between drinking and cancer.
The Surgeon General this morning is now sounding the alarm about the dangers of alcohol, warning that drinking is the 3rd leading preventable cause of cancer.
U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy released a new advisory warning alcohol increases the risk of at least 7 cancers, including breast, colorectal, esophagus, liver, mouth, throat, and voice box.
He's now calling for that updated labeling on alcoholic beverages to include a heightened risk of breast cancer, colon cancer, and at least 5 other malignancies now linked to scientific studies to alcohol consumption.
This is actually a serious story.
The Surgeon General recently has announced that they want to add that alcohol can cause cancer to all alcoholic beverages and such, because they've seen studies that tend to believe this is true.
They've done studies that they've paid for by federal tax dollars to people that probably
Don't go that conspiracy hole here, okay?
won't go down the hole. Not yet.
Okay, so
What's the study that they're citing?
hang on. This is creating the question, the idea. There's people out there who, when you start throwing out the idea that cancer is involved in something like this, people who enjoy this hobby may be a little concerned, real concerned, that their hobby may be dangerous to their health. This debate is ongoing.
Yes.
Some people claiming that, moderate whiskey actually doesn't actually have any ill effects on the body, right? And
That's
we've always
right.
heard that the heavier drinking you are, the more health effects you have from, liver.
Some
and
of this
so
stuff is like absolutely 100% obvious.
on. We've talked about this before in the past, where we talk about things you got to be careful with whiskey and alcohol because it can damage your liver and cause some serious health problems.
But since we are not scientists, even though I do have a Bachelor of Science degree.
That is not the kind of science we're talking about.
Nah, it's not the
Zane.
same science, but I am technically a scientist.
Oh, no. You have a certificate of science.
I am able to go into the court of
It's
law
a BS,
as
all
a
right.
professional.
There's some
witness.
BS here. I'm telling you that right now.
I do have a BS, that's for sure.
That's some bullshit.
Scientists,
The science,
excluding us.
So we're gonna put our science cap on.
and go to some real stuff.
Some real experts.
Yeah,
Zane.
let's do
real
it.
fucking experts.
RFSs.
Okay, I'm gonna read this because this is a lot.
Okay, ready and
The World Health Organization has classified alcohol
Who?
as the World Health. Yes, who? Smartass. You got me on that one.
okay.
The World Health Organization has classified alcohol as a carcinogen, and several studies have linked excessive drinking to increased risk of various types of cancer, including breast, colon, and liver. What about whiskey specifically?
Okay, yeah.
Does it pose a real unique risk? Or is it just another type of alcohol with similar effects? So to answer these questions, we're gonna take a closer look at the scientific evidence.
Yeah.
This is where we talk to the experts kind of deal, okay?
All right, dial them up.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Several studies have shown that high levels of increased alcohol does affect the colon,
Yes.
the liver, and breast. Risk is generally leans more toward excessive drinking.
Is there specifically something called acetaldehyde?
A 2018 Lancet study, this is an English study.
I'm just jumping the gun.
You are jumping the gun. They found that the consumption of spirits, including whiskey,
Okay.
increased the risk of cancer, particularly esophageal cancer.
So there couldn't be a skew, could there, with people that, I don't know, say like gargle their Listerine daily?
Do you gargle Listerine daily?
Yeah, I got gargle Listerine.
But
Yeah.
what if you don't gargle Listerine daily?
I'm just saying, that's got alcohol in it, right?
Yeah, I think what they're
And that goes to your esophagus.
now. Here's where I'm telling you, this is exactly what they're talking about. They're saying any alcohol. They're not just saying the alcohol is coming out of a whiskey glass or coming out of vodka. They're talking about any alcohol. That would include your NyQuils and stuff as well.
You been taking note of that lately?
No, I try not to. I can't. Glaucomas.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
Potential other risk of whiskey include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and heart disease, mental depression, anxiety, and alcoholism, liver damage, liver disease, and a weakened immune system. But the interesting fact about what that we just said, right?
Yeah.
How a heavy use of whiskey can result in those things, right? Including cancer. However, other studies have found conflicting results,
Of course they have.
suggesting that moderate whiskey consumption actually may not significantly increase cancer at all. And actually, some minimum to moderate intake might, and I'm gonna put might here,
Yeah.
some big quotes, might
Yeah.
have health benefits.
Okay.
Now, this is not coming from Whiskey Pop, or should we put a little tagline here? We are not responsible for any health
I
or
just say don't
suggestions.
try this at home because that's funny.
Yeah. Whiskey has high levels of polyphenols. It can help relieve a cold symptom. I
course.
mean, that's kind of been a common, people usually, you bought whiskey for medicinal purposes.
And
for
where
that
do these
reason.
polyphenols, phelamides come from?
They come from the wood that's in the
From the storing
Barrel.
of it in barrels.
Yes.
Yes.
immune system boost. Scientists are unsure why. This is interesting, but several studies link moderate alcohol consumption to improve immunity.
Well, which is the total opposite of what the other study was.
And it can help fight off dementia.
Yes. Okay.
So, but so does a lot of other things.
But then they're saying that it can make you depressed and
Here's what we're getting out of that conversation. You have a little bit of whiskey on occasions. It's probably healthy for you. Maybe.
with your
Decreased risk
your
of
little
cancer.
air quotes.
With air quotes. But if you're having a lot of whiskey,
Everybody knows that if you have too much whiskey, it's
you're
not
going
good
down
for
the
you. Yeah.
unhealthy path.
Thanks. I needed that.
I think we could be a little open about this and how we really feel.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we both agree, right, that a little bit of whiskey can't possibly be that detrimental.
Well, not considering what else is going to bump you off besides whiskey.
That's a good conversation to have. Let's talk about that.
Okay, sounds good.
Smoking,
Yeah.
overweight and obesity, or how about diet, lack of
course.
physical activity? What
Yeah.
about air pollution, infections, radiation, harmful chemicals? Even some medications increase your chance of developing cancer.
Right, they have to put that on the label.
So all these things that we're talking
Yeah.
about are bigger producers of what we're talking about. than that.
Oh, as far as like mortality rates here?
While some studies suggest that a link between whiskey consumption and increased cancer risk, others have found no significant association. So there are some people saying this does, and then there's some people saying this doesn't.
So the Surgeon General is going to be like, well, I just think this is best for everyone.
I almost wonder if it's a blanket statement. So like, think about this. Is it easier to say, I told you so, and say I warned you, or not say anything at all? If the government didn't come out and tell you that this caused cancer and then you get it.
Oh, then what? I mean, butthurt at the government?
Are you gonna file lawsuits against people, distilleries, other places that didn't warn you that it could cause cancer, the government?
I think if they put the label on there, now there's a liability. It's like when you have a yard and you put a sign up that says "Beware of dog." You're now officially more liable for anything that happens with a dog in your property than you would have been before if you had no sign at all.
Yeah,
that's fact-check true.
Because basically you're saying your dog's an asshole.
That's right, and the same thing is.
And I can't control him.
Whiskey's an asshole, and they put it on there, and now you can sue the distilleries for it.
Here's what I do know: we're a pair of Gen Xers, correct?
Absolutely.
And we've grown up knowing, with all the wisdom that we have today, that something, no matter what, is going to take you out one day.
Oh, sure.
It's going to be disease,
a
virus, an accident, an age, your spouse.
Yeah.
One of those things is going to kill you one of these days, no matter what. Now, here's something very interesting. We always feel like it's not what happened before, but what you did before you got to the finish line, right?
Sure.
So we feel like, are you enjoying life, or are you just hiding in the corner waiting for one of these 5 things to take you out?
The thing is like, think about this. I don't know. Would you be more depressed not having a dram of whiskey every now and then?
That's called alcoholism.
Stop it! You're not helping out this scenario.
Okay, I know when that didn't work. The 1920s.
Yeah.
This thing called prohibition. Everybody's broke because the economy has gone to the crapper.
Yeah.
So what do they do to help people deal with the crapper that they're in?
They get rid of their whiskey.
And then they bring it back to make everybody happy again.
Yeah, that's right. No, they had to because the world was going to burn.
And they needed something to make people feel a little bit better about the shitty situation they were in. And whiskey, alcohol took that place.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Now here's something interesting. According to the World in Data, alcohol falls in 10th place as death at 1.81 million people.
I'm assuming that's per year.
Yes, per year. But high blood pressure is number 1. Air pollution, smoking, high blood sugar, outdoor particulate, obesity, high cholesterol, indoor air pollution, high sodium, and all of those are a higher rate of death per year than alcohol.
Well, I think we should
you need to quit breathing.
Outlaw breathing.
I mean, how do you really feel about this? If they start to put a label on whiskey, on vodka, on gin, that it causes cancer, what did that do to the cigarette communities?
It just made the packaging look like shit.
I mean, I know in some countries, don't they put
mean?
like the gross images of people missing like legs and stuff on cigarette packs to show them how dangerous cigarettes are?
Yeah.
But are we going to start seeing that one day where people are missing like their liver, I guess?
I don't think you could show that. But,
they're yellow. A guy full jaundice on the front
jaundiced.
label.
This is you.
This is you on alcohol.
By God.
We've seen that kind of crap. Do you remember this commercial?
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
The relationship between whiskey and cancer is inconclusive still.
Yeah, it's still
There's not enough study out there
and
to
we
completely
both know
support that.
Overindulgence is a big problem.
For sure. But I don't know if this is going to affect the way I drink or not.
I know it won't affect me at all. Zero.
The most important thing you can do here in this is no matter what we say or what the government's telling you, you need to prioritize your health.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So you do what's good for you, obviously, but I don't really feel like this is going to change a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of, the nanny mentality. Some things are just obvious, of what.
Yeah, I still feel like this is one of those things that's more of a CYA thing. I think this is a CYA thing going on. I think,
But whose? is it covering?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. That's where the conspiracy hats start popping out.
Yeah, don't put those on
Yeah,
yet.
I know,
I'm gonna keep the foil over there in the drawer.
How could anyone possibly know that information? It's ridiculous.
But what about you? Do you feel like that if they start slapping a label of this could cause cancer on the whiskey label, are you gonna stop drinking whiskey?
Let us know if you feel up to it in the comments below.
Or if you think we're just full of crap and you're completely gonna give up all alcohol and just not watching this channel because, you know...
The government said so.
Easy. Let us know in the comments down below. But don't forget to like, share, and...
subscribe, and don't forget, ding our dong, because that's how you know that we've curated something else extra for you.
And that's not a conspiracy. In the meantime, you guys continue to be geeky. Catch us next week when we do Second Pour, where we will review Wheel Horse Cigar Blend finished in sherry, port, and...
the thing.
Our Magnat cast.
That's a kind of a cognac cast.
Cognac cast.
Cheers.
Cheers.